Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk about Jim Moriarty from the BBC Sherlock and whether he's actually alive or dead. Now, everyone's been kind of focusing on how Sherlock survived the fall, so I thought I'd talk about something that not too many people have thought about, if Moriarty is actually dead. Do I think he's dead? No. I think he's still alive. But I could be wrong. We still don't know. I think Stephen Moffat has confirmed that Moriarty won't be returning in the next season. But that doesn't mean he's not. It doesn't mean he's dead necessarily. I think I'm not going to say. I don't really know my opinion, to be honest. I'm not going to say what could. I'm just going to say the possibilities. Now, it's possible that maybe he faked his death to outsmart Sherlock, because maybe Sherlock knew knew Moriarty's plan all along, obviously because he planned the whole fall, but maybe Moriarty knew Sherlock's plan as well. So these two, basically, the relationship between Moriarty and Sherlock is just wanting to outsmart each other, pretty much. So I think there's a possibility that that's what they're doing. And there's another possibility that I've been thinking about. It's the possibility that Jim Moriarty is not Jim Moriarty, and he actually is Richard Brooks. Now, I've actually been thinking about that one a lot. It might not necessarily be true, but it's definitely a possibility that all along Moriarty was not in charge of the whole thing. Because as you know, pretty much all the crimes from the episode 1 have been from Moriarty. His name is first mentioned in the first episode by the cab driver. But it's possible that Moriarty, as we see him in the series, is working for someone above him who could be Moriarty. It's possible that, I keep saying it's possible, anyone who's who knows a bit about Sherlock Holmes, if you've read the books or if you watched Elementary, there's a character called Sebastian Moran who works for Moriarty. It's possible that this Moriarty we've seen kill himself, and with Sherlock this whole time, it's possible that that could actually be Moran or someone else that works for Moriarty, and the real Moriarty is kind of behind the scenes and you don't actually see him. And I'm not saying this is true. I mean, it's still very it's not impossible, but it's possible. But yeah, so that's just because in the books, Jim Moriarty is Professor James Moriarty, and we've never actually seen Moriarty being called Professor. So I don't know, maybe that's just something they chose to leave out, or maybe it's not a coincidence. But yeah, I could have sworn that I read an article somewhere that actually had an interview with the actor who plays Moriarty, saying that he was reading the script for the new season, and I was like, what? He's not back. But I haven't been able to find that article since, and I'm starting to rethink and reconsider whether it was actually the actor who played Moriarty and not someone else. Maybe I just read it wrong. But yeah, I think if Moriarty is still alive, then he will return maybe at the end of the next season, because they have announced that there's going to be a new kind of villain in the new season. That could possibly be Moriarty, the real Moriarty, as it's said. But I reckon if Moriarty, the Moriarty that we see in the TV show, is still alive and he didn't shoot himself, then I think he could return maybe in the last episode. of the next season, and then kind of continue into the season after that. But maybe all of this is just like digging way too deep into it, and maybe Moriarty is actually just dead, and dead for good. I mean, that's obviously still a very high possibility. But yeah, anyway, that's just my kind of opinion, or possibilities, my opinion on the possibilities of whether Jim Moriarty could be dead or alive. So yeah, thanks for listening. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm always really curious, and I'm always really interested in other people's opinions. I actually go on YouTube and type in like theories to how Sherlock survived the fall, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, don't be afraid to leave a comment below and tell me what you think if you watch the show. But yeah, that's all for now, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.